Hello everybody. So after watching Day 9 play Mechabellum, I felt kind of inspired to check it out. This game, from what I've seen, is an auto-battler, but inspired by RTS games. So you deploy a bunch of units to kind of static positions, like once you've placed them, that's where they start, on your half of like an empty field, essentially. And then they fight each other automatically. So you don't get to control them. They just wander across and shoot at whatever, I suppose. I don't know if the AI is like extremely predictable or if there's some RNG involved. I'm not sure. But the battles very much resemble, to me, they remind me most of like Supreme Commander. You get this kind of very far zoomed out camera with like lots of mechs, people in this game. It looks quite interesting. I don't 100% know if I'm going to have... So it is a multiplayer focused game. There is combat versus bots, and I suspect that's what we're going to be doing today. But I don't know whether I'm going to have the time to dedicate to it to sort of get properly into it. But it does very much look like an interesting game to get into, especially as someone who's always found the idea of RTS-style unit interplay interesting, but not the base building or economy management. Like, I do not have the APM. I ain't got it. It's not happening. So the kind of like the rapid micromanagement of the, or I guess I should say macro management, because I quite enjoy combat micro, even though again I'm bad at it. But let's see how this works. So we've got, oh my god, that's a lot of tutorials. I don't know if playing all of these right now is a good idea. Let's see how long the first one or two of them take, and then maybe I'll skip forward and, get murdered by the AI. Oh, there's a lot of stuff, huh? Oh, this is kind of cool. There's actually a lot of ways to play. Practice. I presume this is just against the AI. Testing grounds. Oh, there's like a sandbox as well. Damn. Fair play. This is an early access game. This is like a lot of functionality for an early access game, This is cool. I think the menus could use a little polish. The menus also look like Supreme Commander's menus. And Supreme Commander is not a recent game. But honestly, this is cool. I'm impressed so far with just like the depth of stuff that's in here. Am I supposed to press this button? No. Okay. Oh, whoa, okay. Units with flashing green base plates can be moved. Click the leftmost button to select a unit. Click it again to pick it up. So you click once, and then you click again to move it. Okay, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? What have we got? Okay, so this is the battlefield. There's not much in it. We've got... Can I move any of these? No. So these ones are locked in. I guess I had them from last turn. These are my big towers. These, I don't think they do anything. I think they give you upgrades, but we've got some stuff that we can buy over here. What are these? Stormcallers. Ooh. Camera pan is fairly aggressive. This is an arc light. Okay, having seen these in Day 9's videos, this is like an AoE laser attack. And these are missile launchers that are kind of slow. These are like snipers. Well, they look like snipers. And what are these? Little melee units. They run at people. Is it a good idea to put the little melee units right at the front? Seems reasonable, right? Then they'll absorb attacks. Or do I want them right at the back, so that the snipers will maybe kill some of the stuff that can threaten them first? Let's try that. I'm just going to put this all the way over here. And hopefully the snipers will kill some stuff first. That's working. Nope, never mind. The snipers just died. I might lose. We'll see. Ah, the missiles can't hit them because they're too fast. That's funny. Oh my god, this robot is terrifying. Well, that didn't work, did it? I lose. Challenge again. Alright. Let's try putting them at the front and see what that does. Ah, now the missile launchers are shooting at these. Or shot at them once. This thing is going to kill them all, but then hopefully the sniper will kill it immediately? Nope, this thing is kind of tanky. That worked. Oh, that's really interesting. That's kind of a cool first tutorial. Like, it's a bit stark, but on the flip side, RTS tutorials are normally really tedious, right? The voiceover of the computer or your commanding officer, move the mouse to the edge of the screen in order to pan. Commander, you're like, oh god, get me out of here. Especially if you've like ever played an RTS game before, it just takes forever. So this being like, I mean, obviously they don't have to do a lot of the camera stuff. A single screen is enough, and it's turn-based, so you don't have to like be immediately. You don't have to be au fait with things quickly. You can take your time to look around the interface, click on stuff. But like, the fact that I tried a thing and got wrecked in the first tutorial, and then tried a different thing and wrecked the enemy is like, that's a very strong illustration of something this game is fundamentally about. I respect that. Unlocking, alright, we'll do a couple of these. The load times aren't amazing, and I have watched Day9 play this a little bit, so I might be able to figure things out, especially if there isn't a time limit on your turns against the bots. Click the plus button in the lower right corner to unlock open the unit unlock panel. Oh my goodness. Look at all these units. You can unlock one unit every round. Please unlock the Arclight, which is good at attacking group targets to fight against the enemy crawlers. And then you can build them up to 2 per round. So, okay. Try to defeat enemy units by countering them. So it's telling us... Well, it's asked us to buy an Arclight. Literally asked. It said, please. I don't know whether... I think this is an Arclight, right? Yes. Okay, so it'll be... What is that? Steel ball? Oh my god, that's amazing. Nope. What is that bad boy? Holy moly. Where's the Arclight? There it is. Okay, so I've unlocked that. And then I can build up to 2 of them. Where's my... How much money do I have? I have 100 money. Oh, right. So you click it and it just immediately summons and then you can move them. It's kind of an interesting, weird flow, huh? So we've got some crawlers here, and we saw how good the crawlers are against... we saw how good the Arclights are against the crawlers in the first tutorial. And then here's another one, which I want my sniper to kill because it defeated it last time. So if I put my sniper all the way over here, not that far forward, but like here is fine. And then this wants to go here, basically. Is that right? And then they haven't got anything else. Yeah. So now I've matched up my Arclight against the crawlers, because you can see where they are, and I've matched up my marksman against their Arclight, which will kill it. Boom. You know, even though that was a contrived tutorial scenario, that was quite satisfying to do. I kind of enjoyed that. Level up units and activate techs. Alright. Click to select a unit, and an unit info panel will appear in the lower left corner. You can level them up and upgrade them. Please try to level up your Arclight and activate the air defense ammunition technology. Okay, so we've got 2 Arclights here against 2 batteries of crawlers, and then what's this? These are wasps. They fly. They even look like the wasps from like Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, you can rotate the camera. You guys see the tutorial can skip that stuff because I've played games with top-down cameras before and can press buttons until I figure out how to move the camera. One thing I feel like this game does need is like some better differentiation of units from this far up. I'm sure you get to recognize them early, but like the units are kind of grey-brown and the background is kind of grey-brown. And they are different sizes, but like, it's a bit difficult to tell, you know? Okay, so if I click, it wants me to click this button. And that gives them both the same ability. which is a permanent upgrade to every Arclight I have. And then I can also upgrade this and give it a new level, and then I can upgrade this separately. Except I can't because I'm out of money. Fine. Understood. So these are going to fly in and then hopefully get bullied by the Arclight's air defense. Oh, this was without blue. That's cool. Okay, so they don't gain like an extra air attack or anything. They just have a... They can shoot at airborne units. There was a cool upgrade in... I think it's Supreme Commander 2. One of the upgrades adds little auxiliary anti-aircraft turrets to some of your units. I always really like that. Like the unit is doing something normally and then there's this little extra autonomous turret on top of it. It makes them feel like robots, you know? How to use sentry missiles. Destroy core buildings, the importance of unit... Oh my god, this sort of stuff. Right. How long are we? We're 10 minutes into this video. Let's try playing against the AI on easy and we'll see how this goes. So I may fail at this horribly because obviously I have no idea what counters what. I mean, I guess it's... I do know at least that Arclights counter small swarmy things. That's good. And then can also counter small swarmy air units. And then we've got the snipers which counter individual things. Select your starting set. Oh good, there's no time. Well, there's 9,999 time limit. So we can start with different amounts of HP. We get a different ability and then we get different units. Well, I kind of want the steel balls because they're hilarious looking. This one has more health. Speed specialist, your stuff is faster. Get more money, that's pretty good. Get 1 level 2 rhino for free on round 3. I don't know what a rhino is, but that sounds kind of cool. How much money is a level 2 rhino worth? Start with a free level 3 marksman. And then you also get these other units. I mean, that seems better than this, right? Unless, I don't know how good a rhino is, though, actually. It might be some late game unit. Or we can take this generic thing. The thing that gives you more money will be more forgiving in some other ways. This I'm more likely to win the early game by just having a thing. Whereas here I have to actually play. So... Okay, so we get a short description and then it tells you the different upgrades you can buy for them. So it doesn't actually give you the stats. These long descriptions actually just tell you... Well, it tells me it hits air and ground. Astounding single target damage and it's also sniping from afar. Gives me a rough idea. Fairly sturdy heavy tank. Deals splash damage in a small area over medium and long distances. That's quite a good summary, actually. Arclight, we've seen this one. It goes pew pew pew. Steel ball, high speed and high HP unit that attacks enemies at close range with a laser beam that gradually grows in size. The bane of all high HP units. So here we have... We can't do anything against the air, but we have good... We can kill big things and small things. I feel like this is kind of the same. Steel ball and crawler, little melee. They can be a source of terrifying damage while their group remains intact. Fang. Light and ground. Air and ground even. Cheap and available in large quantities. Good at medium long range. Phoenix, long range, high damage, and excels at striking high HP targets from afar. I mean, this clearly seems like the best one. I might do this for the learning process. Yeah, let's do this. I kind of like the idea of having a bit more money to spend so I can tinker with more stuff. Okay, so now I can... Oh, there's a recommended formation as well, so it can give you hints. That's kind of nice. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, these are community sourced. So they're not just like the game generating stuff. That's really interesting. What a cool... And then presumably you can click it and it will do it for you. God damn, what a neat feature. That's very smart. Okay, can I tell... Oh, it gives me their range circles. That's very nice. I mean, kind of on the if it ain't broke, don't fix it level here. So I have 250 to spend. I should unlock something, right? So what's going to go on with this? We don't have any dedicated crowd control. We don't have any dedicated flying. What have they got? Loads of tiny stuff. Well, they've got crawlers, I think, and then what are these? Mustangs. High speed, all purpose. So they're very fast. I think these tanks have splash damage, right? But I think we're gonna need some arc lights. What does this do? Heavy melee bot. High speed, high HP, and capable of causing massive splash damage at close range. I mean, that could be good. We can buy this and afford it immediately, or we can unlock this and buy 2 of them, spread them out a little bit, which might be better. Yeah, you know what? Let's unlock the arc light and we'll buy 1, 2 of them. I think the marksmen are not going to be super useful here. They'll be better later, maybe. In fact, do I even want to sacrifice the marksmen? No, because I can't redeploy them afterwards. But what I want to do is put the arc lights kind of behind the tanks, right? Their range is okay. I just need them to not get bullied. Tanks will probably die kind of quickly. Let's try something like this. Oh, they've spread them out onto the flanks. Makes sense. Oh, the sledgehammers are not terrible, huh? Dealing with them. These marksmen are rubbish, but hey, at least it's tanking. That's kind of useful, right? I think we're okay here. Yeah, we're fine. The arc lights were the right purchase. For sure. That's a good amount of damage. So we get one of these, or we have the option of one of these, and our opponent gets the same options. Able to immediately recruit level 5 crawler. That's kind of crazy. I think. Decreases the recruitment cost of Wasp by less, but makes them worse. I mean, flying seems pretty good against what they've got. They only have melee units. And the Mustangs, I don't know if the Mustangs can hit flyers, but... This also makes, we can buy 2 rhinos for the price of 1, which might actually be worth it. Because they cost 200, so half the price for 140% of the stats. Doesn't seem terrible, but I feel like sending a melee unit into all of their stuff is bad. I think I either want this to like outdo them, or this to get flying things. They might pick this right and get more crawlers, so let's try the flying strat. So if I unlock the Wasp, swift and fragile aerial units, they can declare... let's try them. So I think... Actually, I should check. I should have checked this first. Can Mustangs actually hit air? Air and ground. Oh, they can. Okay. That's awkward. Well, that's fine. Let's... So the Mustangs are well on the flanks. If we put the Wasps in the middle... In fact, if I put these really far forward... What they can do is they... No, that's too far forward, right? Because I need the Mustangs can kill them after they've already killed some crawlers. But I don't necessarily want them to... I want to be able to shoot the Mustangs while they're shooting the Wasps. The Wasps are very fast. So they might just run in and feed. Maybe I want the Wasps to be further back then. So they'll come forward afterwards. I got 2 squads worth of these things. What do I just buy? I could just buy more arc lights. This might be an overcommitment, but I feel like it's a good idea. Right, you can only recruit 2 things at a time. Let's put one in the middle then, where it can contribute to either side. I can't level them up. They have to kill things and accumulate experience, and then I can pay to level them up. Understood. Chains adjacent sledgehammers together, increasing HP by 120% and sharing damage received. That might be good. Or I can pick... Oh, it slows units down? That's really good. Damage block. Oh my god. That's very good, especially for the price, I feel. Increases attack by 200%. They do triple damage. I mean, they don't really need the triple damage yet, I would say. But since I have 3 of these, buying an upgrade for them seems like a good idea. I think slowing enemies sounds pretty great. Single-use sentry missile the down. Let's get that. Okay. How did we do? Okay, so they've just got more crawlers. Have they gone for the level 5 crawlers? Not as far as I can tell. They've got more crawlers, more Mustangs. It's kind of hard to tell whether the movement speed slow is actually doing anything. The Wasps are dead. The Mustangs made short work of them. Maybe that was a poor purchase. But the Arclights killed everything. I don't know if this is the sort of game where the easy bots just like spam a thing. Assault Fang. The unit equipped with this item takes less damage to start with. Decrease. These are all not that good, right? I don't want Marksman here. This is not super exciting, I think. This could be good. I think I'll just go with skipping and getting a bunch of money. In fact, now that I'm rich, why don't I unlock something really splashy? What does this do? Excels at dealing massive splash damage at medium and long range. Hell yeah. Let's go. Look at that. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. We'll just get another one next time. Easy. Easy game, easy life. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, these can level up. Nice. Not this one yet. Upgrade costs 50. I have 150. They cost 100. Doubles their HP and damage. Is that right? Blimey. Is that worth it compared to... No, I'm better off just having... Maybe that's wrong. You know what? It doesn't matter. We're learning. Oh, they've done a thing. Okay, that's probably bad. I don't know what that does. It disables the tech. Some kind of EMP. Oh my god, this thing is insane. Alright, I'm just going to see whether the Wasps actually... Okay, the Mustangs just destroy them, so they were a bad purchase. They were not so good. Oh, this sound is very loud when I zoom in. I will stay zoomed out for the purposes of you being able to hear me correctly. Oh, they've got some of the rocket launcher things. Not super effective against this Overlord. I mean, I think we spawn more Overlords, I'll be honest. HP of units... What if my Overlords had more of everything? Well, they did. They are very expensive. Hold on. So I have 900. Overlord costs 400. And I can upgrade them and upgrade my units for more money as well. Could buy this, but I don't think I care. I think we'll just skip and spawn more Overlords, as they say. Alright, what does this do? Increases its movement speed, and it can redeploy every turn. Produces Wasps. Decreases its attack. Oh, it has less range, but attacks twice as fast. Yeah, let's do that. We have extra guns on the bottom. That sounds absolutely great. And then we can afford to upgrade both our squads of sledgehammers so they tank a bit better. That kind of runs us out of money, but I think we're okay with the consequences. I like the takeoff animation. It's quite cool. They've got a lot of Mustangs now. But I think the Overlord's hopefully going to dismantle them. The Arclight is still doing big damage. This side is pretty free, it looks like. Oh yes, the Overlords are doing all the work. We're fine. We've done... This is great because this is a perfect illustration of what you can do against the easy bots in most RTSs as well. Which is just like... Make really greedy plays, rush some kind of giant late game unit, and we're sorted. A high-speed tungsten rod launched from orbit. Decreases the recruitment cost of steel ball by 50. Get more damage. What is this? How does this item work? So I just put it on one thing. Cool. So I've given this Overlord more attack. I could buy another Overlord. I should probably do something different. Just to, you know, see what else we got. I mean, we could build our own Stormcallers here. I feel like the Steel Balls might be more fun. What is that? Giant crowd control bot. Yeah, sure, why not? Bung one of these bad boys down. Over here where... Oh, sorry, here is where they seem to have more stuff, right? With the squads of Mustangs. Here they have the rocket launchers, which are less effective, so just put this here. What I kind of might do is put a... I want it far forward, but I kind of want to put a squad of sledgehammers in front of it. Oh wow, there's so many good things. I think this is maybe the more interesting play to make. I kind of like how you can deploy stuff like literally right next to the opponent. So these are just to screen the Vulcan. Oh, this Arclight gets to level up. Shield, Missile Interceptor, Sentry Missile. Why don't I use one of these things? So how does this work? We target this at the enemy team somewhere. Let's put it here. I got a Vulcan on this side. I don't know how long it takes to fire, but how do I target this? Do I have to build it on my side? Apparently so. Oh, I see. It's like a mine. Oh, they've disabled my tech. That's actually kind of annoying because the Overlords had good stuff. This Vulcan is not actually doing that much. Oh, never mind. It just annihilated those crawlers. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, they took out one of my big buildings. Oh man, the steel balls are actually rolling me. Why are they over here? They must have summoned stuff from that side. Didn't realize that was something you could do. Okay, so I have one on the right, and this other Overlord is coming back round. Man, these things are real tanky, huh? Okay, so the Overlord has demolished their remaining steel balls. There we go. I looked a little touch and go for a second there. Oh, that worked out. This game is quite cool. View battlefield, give a little scroll around. Oh no, it just shows you the eventual setup, so you can look at what you and your opponent were doing. That's neat. Or you can look at the cool models. They are quite nice looking. I do like how when you level them up, they get different colors, as well as, I think, being a bit more... Like the model slightly changes as well. Nope, I think they're just a different color. This thing is cool. I like how it's just like an enormous flamethrower robot. It's got a helipad on it. That's such a good detail, actually. I really like that. Wait, are those... those meant to be like space shuttle booster tanks? I'm not gonna lie, that's awesome. I don't know why this thing would exist ever, but that's awesome. that's fantastic. I kind of like the now probably not super unusual RTS styling of having everything just be a robot, where they can all be different sizes, and you know you can have a bunch of cookie cutter units that march endlessly to their deaths, and it's kind of, you know, fine. There's no moral quandaries involved. They're all robots. I liked how Supreme Commander both use that to its benefit, where, you know, you're just like, you're one person in a piloted mech, drops down and just starts 3D printing tons of tanks. One of the games had like this narrative campaign where you were like stranded on this planet. You're like literally the only human being on this planet that isn't trying to kill you. Like, is you, you know? Maybe they should have made a Subcom horror spin-off. That would have been kind of cool. Anyway, how do I exit this? Return to lobby. Oh, my research level went up. I wonder what that actually does. I believe this... So this game is currently paid during early access, but apparently when they launch, it's going to go free to play. I don't know exactly how that works. They said there'll be like, you know, rewards and stuff that you get for having originally paid for it. So I guess there'll be some, you know, founders pack type thing. It's kind of an interesting, smart model where the early access paid period helps fund the development process, I have to assume, and gets you, I guess, literal buy-in, without having to, like... It kind of just lets you play the game without having to mess around with all the monetization and stuff. I think that it lets them... Monetization is kind of a key part of free-to-play games, right? So in theory, this could be a mistake. I'm obviously not speaking from experience here. But from what I know, I guess it could be a trap to like focus too much on your core gameplay and disregard your monetization, because otherwise you can put yourself in an untenable position with regards to actually, you know, funding the continued development of the game and making your money back. But I don't actually... I don't know. It's kind of interesting what they've done here. I quite like it. It also means that if you're a person who just likes to buy games and doesn't like free-to-play stuff that much, like me, it does give you the option. Get it now while it's in early access. I'm just going to have a poke around and see what else we've got. So unit modification. Is this where the free-to-play stuff comes in? So we've got... Oh, you can have loadouts. Use tag points to unlock new tags for units. Huh. And you pick... And there's more of them, huh? Okay. Wow. I did not realize that is how it works. So there is a little bit of unlockable gameplay affecting stuff going on. But I guess probably nothing like... I mean, hopefully it's nothing too egregious. They don't seem to be mega expensive or anything. Like, I've reached a research level for playing my first match against an easy bot. I'm sure it gets harder to get them later, but for now... As a side note, I love this design. The gun is just like this ridiculous thing with like a big drum magazine and two giant tubes full of glowy blue stuff, and like, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, who cares if it works properly? Like, it just looks rad. I kind of respect that. It means you can get away with doing stuff like this. This is a giant mech with some kind of, I guess, light reflector disc thing on top of it, and it just like compiles light into a big laser, and that's awesome. And it doesn't need to be anything more than that, you know what I mean? So okay, I guess there is some customization, and I suppose that at some point there'll be cosmetics here as well. You'll probably have different different skins or colors that you can equip. It's kind of neat that you can look at the... Yeah, you can see the different levels and stuff as well. Oh, and you can tab through them. I love the, like, people standing around for skill. That makes me very happy. You get the little descriptions again. This is quite nice. I like this a lot. This feels a little bit like someone really enjoys this, you know what I mean? Someone was like, I want to see my cool robot design in a hangar where you can like zoom around and look at it, and then yeah, okay, you can unlock some stuff. Blah, blah, free to play, blah, blah. But I mean, it's not even really free to play. It's just a little bit of mild progress mechanics, you know. This game feels kind of nerdy in a great way, and I quite enjoy that. They got replays in here already, apparently. Maybe it's broken. Open folder. I see. Oh, this is cool. Community links. Again, I feel like this is extremely fully featured. I think that, you know, the UI could use a little bit of love, but like the gameplay seems quite crisp. The in-game UI is quite nice. Community challenges. Oh, that's awesome. You can build puzzle levels. What a great, like, it's got all of this in early access. This is very high effort. I wonder if they've set their kind of tooling up to make it easier to make different types of game modes and things, because I feel like we've seen about 8 or 9 different game modes in various places, including community-created content. So there must be some, like, their kind of pipeline must be quite robust. I guess the game scene itself is just like a flat board. There's not even a level, so... or, well, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there are other... What's the thing? No, there's a choice of maps, but these are presumably just cosmetic? Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. But this game is very, very interesting, very cool. It's quite struck me. At first, when I watched Day 9 play it, I was like, oh, it's a bit brown. And it is a bit brown, in fairness. Like, it's kind of hard to see exactly what's going on. But I like the mech designs quite a lot. I think they're, you know, appealing, and like, there's a mix of stuff that's pretty, you know, classic and normal, and then there's like little tiny quadrupedal ones with drills and rolling balls and things that are just, you know, again, not completely novel necessarily, but the mech designs have a lot of personality, which is quite, at this point, you know, we've had decades of mech development in sci-fi. It's quite hard to, it's quite unusual to see ones that, you know, have a novel feel to them or stand out a little bit, I feel. So yeah, really enjoying that. And the gameplay seems quite technical in an interesting way, but, you know, obviously there's no need for real-time high-speed clicking. And actually it feels... The amount of stuff you have to do to, like... The options you have at your disposal, because you can unlock the different units and things, are quite broad, but also, you know, each turn is like 5 clicks total once you've figured out what you want to do, which I really quite enjoy that. It feels very elegant, like boiled down to just like, you know, you think about it and you're like, I'm going to play this. It's kind of like playing a card game almost, like, I'm going to play this, go. Like, very simple. Compared to the frenzy that is taking your turns in Battlegrounds, for instance, of like selling and rolling and buying and selling and hoping you get the right thing. I really like this. I think the mixing in of the RTS style thing, and then the fact that all of your unit placements and choices are completely committal. Like, presumably you can mess up and just lose the game immediately because you're like, I know, there's probably an option for comebacks if you manage to make a clever read later on. But like, you know, the fact that decisions have quite substantial impacts, but the matches are very short. I think that's a really nice way of doing it. So like, there's not too many actions that you do in the game. Everything you do matters a ton. And then there's not a lot of ways to like undo. You kind of have to roll with the punches once you're there. Like, oh, this, like those wasps that I placed, they were just rubbish for the entire game, right? But maybe you can find a way to like make use of them otherwise. Yeah, really interesting. I'm looking forward to playing more of this. It's very cool. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.